you're watching, Katie?
Yeah, I'm just watching it get a little bit busier, but we've got this crash reported in Bridgewater, 24 northbound before 495. So you can see delays stretching back to 140. We have had crashes here probably every single day this week. I don't know what's going on, but this northbound side of 24 really backing up from 495 back to 140. Also watching it get busier at the Braintree split, although most of that traffic starting to move northward onto the expressway. HOV lane open and moving well. The rest of the lane's a little slow. Got some brake lights there. Roads to the north still doing okay for the most part. Just now starting to see a little bit of a stop and go situation on 93 southbound getting through Reading and Woburn. Doug,
How are we looking out there, Katie?
getting busy out there on a Friday. This is not what we like to see, but down in Bridgewater, we've got this crash reported on 24 northbound before 495, and delays are heavy back to Route 140. So 24 northbound is going to be tough till you get by 495. Also got a crash in Medford with two left lanes blocked on Route 16 eastbound right after Wellington Circle. That area is going to get busy quickly. And then watching a new disabled vehicle, same spot in the Ted Williams Tunnel westbound in East Boston. Doug and Ann, 24 northbound. It's been kind of a pain all week in the same area, but we've got a crash right before 495 and heavy delays back to Route 140. So that's a tough ride from Taunton up, getting by 495, heading north on 24. A crash in Medford has two lanes blocked on Route 16 right after the Wellington Circle area. That's a very busy spot. And then down in the Ted Williams Tunnel, we've got a disabled vehicle on the westbound side right in East Boston there. Same area we had a disabled vehicle just about an hour ago, Doug.
All right, Katie,
Again for the weekend.
What's the better day of the two?
Sunday is less wet. I don't know if I'd call it better.
Yeah.
But Saturday is
Just less
wetter.
wet. Okay. We'll take what we can get. Thank you. Crash, it's a car off the road. So probably just building some curiosity delays at this point. No lanes closed that I'm aware of. Got the crash with two lanes blocked in Medford, Route 16 eastbound after Wellington Circle that is causing delays there. And then we moved this crash in Bridgewater from the lane to the breakdown lane on 24 northbound right at 495. But we've still got stop and go delays stretching back to Route 140. Doug?
Katie,
On a Friday, we don't like that, Katie.
No, because it's been busy on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Yeah, Friday too. We've got a number of crashes. This one coming into Manchester by the Sea, 128 southbound after exit 50. That is School Street. Car off the road. Looks like some southbound side delays as well. Probably just curiosity related. No lanes closed that I'm aware of. Got a crash in Acton, Route 2 eastbound before exit 117. That's right at Route 27 with delays approaching there. And then looking at roads to the south, thankfully we cleared that crash out of Bridgewater on 24. Now we've just got stop and go Avon up to Randolph. Doug?
Katie, we're going to
Katie, it's been a busy start to the Friday morning. We're hoping it calms down a little bit. Still watching this crash up on 128 southbound in Manchester by the Sea. It's by exit 50. That is School Street. Southbound side of 128. We did have some curiosity delays that kind of built up earlier. Looks like they have dissipated by now, so that's good news. I'm watching this crash in Acton on Route 2 eastbound. This one has delays before exit 117, which is Route 27. And then just a reminder, if you're headed down to the Cape this weekend, we now have the Bourne Bridge down to one lane in either direction. It'll be that way till about mid-November when that construction wraps up. Looks like we're just getting a crash here at the split 95 northbound 128 in Canton. I'll check on that and get back to you, Doug and Antoinette. Roads, our last day of, I guess, decent weather, maybe not a decent commute. Tomorrow we flip-flopped not so decent weather and less people on the roadways. But I am watching this crash in Canton. It's on 95 northbound just before the split to 93, causing some delays there. Quick check at some of your drive times. Expressway 21 minutes, Braintree to Boston, not terrible. Other side of the O'Neill Tunnel 22 minutes on 93 southbound from 128 to downtown. Slow going from Spot Pond heading south to the Zachem Bunker Hill Bridge. Then things start to fill in the O'Neill Tunnel. Out to the west, the Mass Pike between 495 and 128, 26 minutes, slowest through Framingham. After that is a 12-minute ride from 128 to downtown. The last glimpse of sun in the morning we'll see for a few days, Cindy.
I think so. Sweat.
We'll take less
We'll
sweat
take
if
it.
we're gonna have.
How are we looking out there, Katie?
Well, we are quiet on this Friday. We're hoping for a Friday light. I am going to take you down to the Ted Williams Tunnel real quick because we do have a disabled vehicle blocking the left lane on the westbound side of the Ted Williams Tunnel there in East Boston. Out to the west, things look good. Route 2, the Mass Pike, no issues. Roads to the south moving well, 95, 24, and Route 3 up to the Braintree split. And roads to the north looking good right now. Nice ride on 93 all the way down to the Zachem Bunker Hill Bridge. Doug?
All right, Katie.
Morning, Katie.
Still watching that disabled vehicle. It's in East Boston in the Ted Williams Tunnel on the westbound side. The left lane is blocked. It's early, so it's not causing any delays. It's Friday. We're hoping that continues for a Friday light. If you are heading down to the Cape this weekend, don't forget we now have that lane closure both directions on the Bourne Bridge. That's going to be sticking around till early November when that construction wraps up. Looking at the Zachem Bunker Hill Bridge, we've picked up overnight crews for the most part. Construction workers in Boston. The rest of them should be getting out of the way in the city around 5 a.m. And we'll watch roads to the south to see if they fill in first, probably the next 45 minutes. Doug and Antoinette. Adds to a Friday light, but we've had a really busy week on the roadways, and I am watching one disabled vehicle in the Ted Williams Tunnel westbound side in East Boston. It's got the left lane blocked. Still early. There's no delays because of this just yet, but I'll keep a close eye on it. Roads to the south look good right now. All clear getting up to the split there at 128. Everything inside of 128 looking good too. Braintree split all clear for now. Same thing out to the west, Route 2, the Mass Pike, and roads to the north looking good as well. I give it about a half hour. Doug?
All right, we'll keep an eye on that. Katie, thank you at 5.
Fall this weekend, and it is suddenly going to feel like it.
Yeah, you said tomorrow is going to be
Cool and raw and wet.
okay.
Yes.
Keeping an eye on it. Thank you, Cindy. Out there on the expressway over the next half hour or so, moving up to places like Columbia Road and on-ramp and exit, which is getting a little bit busier. Drive time not bad, 10 minutes. Braintree to Boston. Roads to the north still looking quiet out there. We're hoping for Friday light. We did clear that disabled vehicle down in the Ted Williams Tunnel westbound. Antoinette.
Roads. Good morning, Katie.
Good morning, Cindy. Good morning, everybody. On this Friday morning, I'm watching roads to the south, which typically fill in first. Right now, looking good outside of 128. Right at 128 of Braintree Split is where we're getting a little bit busier. 22 miles an hour is what you're driving getting up onto the expressway. Slow through that Columbia Road stretch on the northbound side. 13 minutes is your drive time from Braintree to Boston. Out on the Mass Pike, moving well by BU. Don't forget about that right lane closure with the cones there. Your drive time looking at 10 minutes from 128 to downtown Boston. Doug?
Katie, we thank you.